I have to admit, when I first heard about foot-powered kayaks, I was skeptical. I mean, why would anyone want to pedal a kayak when you can just use a paddle? It seemed like a lot of extra effort for something that's supposed to be a relaxing, peaceful experience. But then I saw a buddy of mine out on the lake last weekend, cruising effortlessly while I was hunched over my paddle like a human windshield wiper. That's when it hit me, maybe there's something to this foot-powered kayak thing after all. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So, I decided to give it a shot myself. I picked up this foot-powered kayak pedal drive system, and honestly, it's changed the way I fish and just relax on the water. I know sounds too good to be true, right? But let me walk you through why this thing's actually pretty slick. At first, I was worried that it would be a hassle to set up, but it's actually really straightforward. The instructions are clear, and the whole process is pretty intuitive. I'm not exactly a handyman, and I had this thing locked into my kayak in about 10 minutes. No drilling, no fancy tools, just a few straps and a couple of clamps. That's a big win right there, because nobody wants to waste a weekend trying to figure out some complicated contraption. Now, the pedal system itself is where this thing really shines. You ever try paddling for hours? Your arms get tired, your shoulders ache, and by the end of the day, you're basically a wet noodle. With this, you just sit back, put your feet on the pedals, and go. It's like riding a bike, but on water. I've used it for fishing trips where I'm constantly moving between spots, and I'm not exhausted by the time I drop my line. Plus, it's way more stable than paddling because your hands are free to cast or adjust gear. I've even found that I can fish for longer periods of time without getting tired, which has been a game changer for me. I've caught more fish in the past few weeks than I have in months, and it's all thanks to this pedal drive system. Another thing I love is how compact it folds up. When I'm done for the day, I can fold the pedals flat against the kayak, and it takes up barely any extra space. That means I can still store it in my garage without rearranging my whole life. If you're tight on storage or just don't want a giant rig taking over your life, this is a game saver. I've also taken it out on the paddleboard a few times, and it works surprisingly well there too. The rudder system is responsive, so you can steer with your feet while keeping your hands free for balance or holding a fishing rod. It's not quite as stable as a dedicated pedal kayak, but for a quick cruise or a little extra speed, it's perfect. I've also noticed that it's really good for cruising around in calm waters. I can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the scenery while I'm pedaling along. It's a totally different experience from paddling, and it's one that I've really grown to love. I've even started taking my family out on the kayak, and they love it just as much as I do. My kids are always fighting over who gets to pedal, and my wife loves that she can just sit back and enjoy the ride. It's been a great way for us to spend time together, and it's created some amazing memories. One of the biggest perks for me has been the hands-free fishing. I can pedal slowly toward my spot, cast my line, and then just pedal in circles while I wait for a bite. No more awkwardly trying to paddle with one hand while holding a rod with the other. It's made my fishing trips way more relaxed and way more productive. I've also found that I can fish in areas that I wouldn't have been able to before, like in tight spaces or around obstacles. The pedal drive system gives me so much more control and maneuverability, which has been a huge advantage. Now, I won't lie, it's not perfect. The first time I took it out, I realized pretty quickly that shallow water is a no-go. If you hit a sandbar or a rocky bottom, you're gonna have to lift the pedals up or risk damaging them. It's something to keep in mind if you're fishing in super shallow areas. Also, while it's great for cruising, it's not going to give you the speed of a motorized kayak. If you're looking to cover serious distance fast, this might not be your best bet. In conclusion, I'm really glad that I decided to give this foot-powered kayak a try. It's been a great experience, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who loves kayaking or paddleboarding. It's easy to set up, easy to use, and it's made my time on the water so much more enjoyable. If you're curious and want to check it out, the link is below.